in spite of your positive mind and spirit, I'm sure there are dark days, right? There are days when things are more gloomy than hopeful. How do you overcome those days?
I told you, but you want me to repeat it.
Well,
I go to God.
You go to God. That's it?
Yes, yes. No. I remember one day when we were doing combat and
Right.
we didn't have money to pay salaries. And you had people depending on you, and by them, by extension, their families depending
Right.
on you. And there was no money to pay. And you yourself, you didn't even have, at that time, I would say that I just had some gari and beans
Right.
in my cupboard. So there were gloomy days.
Right.
But, so I told myself that God has taken us through different dark paths, and this would also work out. So yes, what I'll do is, instead of lamenting that it's not well, I would then go and do some more marketing, because that's the only way that you can ensure that the funnel still has something in it.
Right, right.
And then when any funds coming, pay the staffs their salary,
Right.
and then we just take on a tiny bit just to keep body and soul together until we're able to break through. But what kept me in that period is the belief in God, in the belief that all things will work together for our good. And it did.
Right.
Because hope, when you are overwhelmed, is what keeps you alive, no matter how dark, no matter how deep, no matter how despondent the situation will seem. Because then when you have hope, it enables you to sit back and say, so how do I change this? How can I turn this around? What other way? And by looking for other ways to address that challenge, you find one solution, a tiny sliver of light, and as you pursue it and pursue it, you get to the end of the tunnel.
Perfect.